The Dons had a rough game against Woods Cross. Payson, on the other hand, lost greatly to Salem Hills. What are you looking for tonight?
Yeah, so I think for Spanish Fork, they played the number 2 team in the state, and they lost by about 10. So I think for Spanish Fork, they've got to find a way to score in transition. They're going to have to get a lot of rebounds to do that and get the offense moving, and it won't hurt if they can hit some threes and play some defense as well. Jackson
Reese led the team with 19 points in that loss to Woods Cross. Certainly a threat from deep, but I think he's going to have more of a role to handle the ball and move it around, get it underneath, and score down there also.
And we'll probably see a lot of inside-out attack as Aaron Dunn had 14 points, the big 6'8" center. If we still have centers in basketball, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we do, especially in his case. 6'8", what is he, about 280?
Probably. I mean, he's a sophomore, so he's got a couple of years to develop.
Big body underneath, and I believe he's football commit to BYU, is he not?
I'm not sure if he's committed. I know he's got offers to Baylor and BYU.
Oh, okay, so that's what his offers are. So he didn't give a verbal commitment yet, as the Don's being introduced on the floor.
Yeah, should be.
A lot of Spanish Fork fans on hand, not a lot of Payson fans there as far as student body is showing up. Well, you can't really tell because half the student body sections smashed in the bleachers.
Yeah, it's warning, do not sit there. So the Payson students, if they're here, they're definitely dispersed. Well, just a couple seasons left in this gym, and then we'll move over to the parking lot, I guess.
To the new school that's being built, if you don't know, being built directly west of the gym currently, and there's a lot of noise coming through the headphones. But anyway, all that construction going on, man, it's one of those things where you're thinking to yourself, where do you park anymore?
Wherever you can find a spot. Yeah, parking's becoming sparse here. They're not even allowing the sophomores to get parking passes anymore.
Oh, really? So they have to park down at the Senior Citizens Building, I guess?
Yeah, I guess so.
Parker buys starting for Payson along with Max Mitchell. I'm going to get everybody straight. Isaac Wolf, he's the one to watch offensively for Payson, along with Kamika Wesley, who's going to be jumping against Aaron Dunn. And we'll get everybody straight as this game goes on as Jackson Reese. That's not him, actually. That's Aiden Solorzano out there running a point for Spanish Fork. Kicks it over to Kobe Healy. Healy out there with Reese along with Dunn and Ethan Beckstead. Number 22 has it angle left. Looks underneath and not able to handle it. Dunn, turn over to Payson.
Yeah, good idea, Dunn cutting on that play, but just couldn't hang on to it. That was had a lot of steam on that pass.
Another feature that is new to this season is a shot clock. Yep. And we'll be keeping an eye on that. It'll give me something at least to talk a little bit more about as this game goes on. What do you think about that whole idea?
Yeah, it should speed up the game a little bit. You won't see teams be able to hold it forever, and I don't think it's going to really impact too many teams. But definitely, if you're working the clock a little bit, you'll have to put a shot up after 35 seconds, unlike last season.
3 on its way, and air ball missed by Parker Bice. Cooper Swayze, the name I had not mentioned out there on the floor for Payson, wearing the black number 1, not officially directly uniform with the rest of the team.
Oh, he's a unicorn out there. That's why it shows 1.
It's all right. It's okay to stand out once in a while. To the base, Beckstead kicks it back out. Shot on its way and missed by Kobe Healy. Spanish back with it. That one blocked. Beckstead back out to Healy.
Yeah, Max Mitchell with a big block there, and they're going to let Dunn shoot the 3. Why
not? He's the shortest guy out there. Let him dump the 3s. Payson in transition turns it over.
That's something that you got to really avoid at the high school levels, turnovers, as we've seen as many turnovers as points in this early ball game so far.
So 6:22 to go here in the first. Dons with that lone bucket by the guy handling it underneath. Dunn kicks it out. 3-ball Solorzano drains it.
And Spanish Fork's pressing, putting a lot of pressure on Payson here.
6-0 early Dons lead. Swayze to the base. And back out. 3 on its way. No good. And a rebound to the Dons. Ooh, nearly picked off the pass there, but Solorzano with it and kicks it. Turnover that time. Get through it directly to Isaac Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf was going to get a turnover one way or another on that and goes coast to coast.
Nice coast to coast lay in by Wolf. And Dons back in quick transition, and there's Dunn.
Dunn has improved quite a bit, especially with his footwork there. That was great. Feet on that play.
He didn't see a lot of time last year, mainly because he was a freshman, but I think his 2 left feet are starting to go away a little bit.
Left and right now.
Max Mitchell with the 3. Yeah, you can see that he's been working for many reasons on his athleticism, as there's a play in transition, a foul. As Parker buys, will go to the free throw line. And
I think they're going to get Ethan Beckstead.
Nailing Beckstead on that one. His first. Second team foul on Spanish. Kobe Healy with the other foul, as I've failed to mention. Free throw number 1, good.
Yeah, Payson trying to keep this one close here. Spanish Fork can get hot from behind the three-point line. It'd be nice to see him blow this one open. There's a lot of intensity when you get these two teams together.
Free throw number 2 down. So 7-8. Spanish Fork with the lead. Beckstead to Dunn. Cuts over. Nice move and reach-in foul committed by Cooper Swayze. Will, I don't know if they'll call it a shot. Will they? Yes, they will.
That's interesting. It didn't seem like Dunn was going to go in the motion of shooting, but nonetheless, they'll give him 2 shots. But great job by Spanish Fork having screens and really opening up the court. They're moving well without the ball tonight.
Free throw number 1 for Dunn. Drains it. That's 6 points already, and here we are, 4:45 remaining in the first.
Yeah, Dunn had 14 points in the game against Woods Cross, so looking to improve his average tonight.
He's well on his way. Right side buys, shot up, and a foul committed by Healy. That'll quickly be his second. As Landon Leatherwood getting set to check in.
Kobe Healy was one of him and Jackson Reese were about the only 2 guys that played, as they had 8 seniors for Spanish Fork. So very inexperienced team this year, looking to gain experience.
Free throw number 1 good for Buys. He's 3 for 3 so far, as Mitchell will take a break and catch the guy they brought in. Another black-numbered fella, or maybe not. Thought it was. No, it wasn't. Both free throws go. 10-9 Don's lead.
Yeah.
Solorzano lost it.
I mean, I paid my property taxes. I think Payson could afford to get uniforms and match. Because even the trim on Cooper Swayze's jersey is different. It's black and white, where the other ones are just black trim on the side.
I'll tell you what, and I work obviously in the sporting goods industry as a 3-ball launched and drained by Lincoln Ewell of the Lions, who just checked in.
I thought there was no way that was going to go in. That had no arch on it. It was flat.
Oh, it didn't hit
like my Mycene.
Yeah, it didn't hit much of any obstacles on its way. As there's Reese, angle left. But I was going to say, with being in the sporting goods industry, nobody knows more than I the effects of the supply chain shortages, and they affect everything. And I'll tell you, we've seen a lot of it with even basketball uniforms. Trying to get your hands on them is not the easiest thing in the world. There's a foul, and Jackson Reese will go to the line for 2 shots.
The cost of shipping containers has been insane. I'm sure nobody cares about that, but
and then on top of that, and again, hearing all the news out of China, how
shuts down again.
You shut down, and a lot of those textiles and materials come from there. Free throw number 1, no good for Reese. Get one more. Dons now trail for the first time tonight, 12-10.
12-10, and really Parker Buys hitting his free throws has really helped, and Spanish Fork struggled a little bit from the free throw line early on.
12-11. Payson getting some pressure, full court. Easily across the timeline. Parker Buys with Leatherwood on him. Don staying in a man defense. Shot up and no good. Dunn has the rebound, and here come the Dons.
Dunn was flat-footed and just still out-jumped everybody.
They just reached up and grabbed it. Why not? Reese up top. Flips it down underneath. Beckstead. Back out to Reese. Pull the trigger on a 3. No. Rebound to the Lions. Across the timeline, Isaac Wolf. All this talk of a shot clock, it hasn't really come into much of any effect at this point of the game. And Solorzano on a double turnover scores it.
It's looking like church ball out there, but honestly, both teams are shooting. Like, we could have an NBA shot clock at 24 seconds, and I don't think it would have impacted this game at all, as both teams are going fast, and that's why we've got a lot of points early on in this game.
That's right. We've seen Payson Spanish Fork games early on be very, very ugly as far as scores are concerned. So far, not dull basketball yet. 3 balls. No. Rebound to the Dons, and here we go.
And the Dons love to get out and run the ball, and we've seen that so far, but sometimes you got to pull it back when it's 1-on-4.
Reese working it underneath, and the ball stripped away. Wolf hands it down to Jensen. He can't convert. Out of bounds. Off Spanish. I'm going to say off Leatherwood, and that will go back to the Payson Lions. 1:41 remaining here in the first.
They reversed the call.
Well,
they must have went to the instant replay. I don't know.
Sometimes early on in a game, an official can make a mistake and point the wrong direction. So, give them the benefit of the doubt here. Spanish will maintain possession.
Got a little bit of a seesaw battle here. Spanish Fork up 13-12.
Dons will inbound. Payson in a man defense as well. Landon Leatherwood underneath. Aaron Dunn, couple dribbles, kicks it back out. Leatherwood 3. Yes, sir. Landon Leatherwood knocks it down, and the Dons now with a 16-12 lead. And here's a turnover and a foul.
It's like
they got Jensen, Jensen on that.
He's got 2 cheap ones here in the first quarter.
I was going to say he hasn't been in long. Leatherwood right side. Look to underneath to Dunn. Aaron posting it up against Kamika Wesley. Nice pass to Solorzano for the bucket. 7 for Aiden Solorzano, and we're under a minute to go.
Yeah, very high percentage shot and great screens that they're setting for some of these players to get some of these plays set up.
Couple left-hand dribbles, buys from the free throw line, got it. Parker buys a 6.
Yeah, he had 5 against Salem Hills last week.
And a travel, they're going to call done. It'll give the ball back to Payson with an 18-14 lead.
29 seconds left in the quarter, so they've went ahead and shut the shot clock off on us.
Kimball Johnson checking in for Dunn for Spanish Fork, number 21. So Payson in possession. 23 seconds left, and the foul against Spanish Fork.
Looks like they're going to get Adam Whitaker with that.
Actually, that's Leatherwood, I believe. Yeah, Landon Leatherwood picks it up.
Whitaker's number 2. I gotta stay on my lines here. It's early on in the season.
Hey, you know, we're going to be making mistakes all the way through the season. Why not start right now?
Absolutely.
11 on the ticker. With it, angle right, Wolf. Left-hand dribbler takes it in, can't convert. Time on the clock, so no need to rush it, and they do.
Catch, then shoot. Ethan Beckstead just saw visions of a layup there.
Yeah, and he saw,
slipped right through his hands.
When they went to tenths of a second on shot clocks, visually for somebody waiting for a basketball to come to them, seems like eternity, and that one will not count. 18-14, your score, Chris. We got some sponsors we have to talk about as we get set for the second quarter. MVP Sports, first and foremost, along with our friends at Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance. Two Jacks Pizza, Triple T, heating, cooling, and plumbing. And I believe that's it, is it not? That's our 4 for the year.
Yep, that's our 4 sponsors.
MVP Sports is 72 North Main in Spanish Fork, 798-3587, MVPSportsUtah.com. Again, customize uniforms, equipment, shoes, all sporting goods at MVP Sports. Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance at 220 North Main, 798-9288, or you can visit the website at lancewilsoninsurance.com. Offering home, auto, life, health, banking products, annuities, and mutual funds, and of course, Two Jacks Pizza.
Best pizza on Main and in the world.
That's right, 30
Both
North
places.
Main. 30 North Main, and if we have to tell you where it is, you need to spend a little more time on Main Street. 801-798-8601. Go to the website at twojackpizza.com. As we get set to keep on rolling here in the first half. Second quarter set to begin. The Dons with an 18-14 lead, Chris.
What do all of our sponsors have in common?
Main Street.
Main Street.
Main Street USA. And many of these, of course, all of them, small businesses. So make sure to support Main Street, especially during all of these
post-pandemic era.
Post-pandemic cyber shopping era. Consider your Main Street businesses with your purchases, especially those who support us. Solorzano up top. Nice cut underneath. He finds a guy. Leatherwood can't convert. Had to kick it back out. Reese has it poked out, and it'll stay with Spanish Fork.
18-14. The shot clock still has 20 seconds here, and it's just still weird seeing a shot clock in this gym.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. You get used to it, I hope. All out.
Looks like somebody was out of bounds.
Don's had it. Turnover. Mitchell with the ball.
I think Swayze was on the line when he was wrestling for that ball, but I could be wrong.
Looking underneath Mitchell again. Right-hander counted. He's fouled. Max Mitchell with the bucket and one.
A great strong move by Max Mitchell taking to the hoop and picking up the foul. They're going to get that on Landon Leatherwood. He's got back-to-back fouls.
Free throw number one by Mitchell's good. Or the only free throw by Mitchell's good.
Three-point play the old-fashioned way. Let's get rid of the three-point line, old school basketball.
Two Dons lead scoring path tonight so far. Solorzano and Aaron Dunn each with 7. Dunn currently not on the floor, but the shot up and good. Kimball Johnson off the bench with his first bucket.
Yeah, free throw level high, turns around and no problem, shoots over the defender. It's good to be tall.
3 ball. Actually, it's 2. That'll go Kamika Wesley, his first bucket.
Yeah, so Payson cuts it back to 1, and both these teams staying pretty close together. There hasn't been a lot of separation.
Reese to the base. Trying to find some room, kicks it back out. Foul. It's Kimball Johnson trying to make a move. It looks like Wesley will pick it up.
Yeah, just his first of the game.
4th team foul. We should start looking at those for Payson. The Dons have committed 5. So we are somewhat oddly close to a bonus situation, but again, now in this new era of RPI, as
every game matters.
Every game matters. So this one matters, etc., etc. Whereas a lot of these games are kind of looked at as jokes before region play started, but not anymore. Foul against the Dons. And that'll be Whitaker.
That's Whitaker's first, and you're right. Every game matters, and Payson for the rest of this half will be shooting.
Yeah, 6-team foul on the Dons. So that's a good scenario if you're the Lions. His first one for Wolf drops. Isaac Wolf had double figures against Salem Hills and now has 4 points to this point in this contest. Dunn underneath. Went
Gets
up hard.
Fouled 3 times by 3 players.
Now it clears room and scores anyway. We don't need referees.
I think sometimes if you're big, you don't get the benefit of the whistle.
Absolutely.
As a small guy, I took advantage of that a few times, but that's how I noticed.
Dunn? No, not that time. And rebound to Wolves. Underneath. Out, layup scores.
A great up and under by Jensen that time, and Payson once again cuts it to 1. Can't quite get over the hump here.
Okay, Jensen's first bucket. 24-23 Spanish Fort. Payson now with a chance to take the lead.
Payson spreading out the floor here.
Wolf wanted room, got it, scored it.
Yeah,
6 for him.
The isolation working that time.
That's what they wanted, and that's what they got done. And help coming around the backside.
That's going to be 3 on Jensen.
Reaches in, picks up the foul, and is a recipient of something sharp to the face.
Like an elbow, a forearm, I don't know. I couldn't tell exactly what hit Jensen, but he's not going to remember it anyway. No.
Well, that or he will remember it and think not to do that again.
The last time, I believe we called a Payson Spanish Fort game, 2 broken noses.
Yeah.
Both by Spanish Fort. A lot of blood on the floor that night.
That was a messy game. Hopefully we won't see anything like that tonight. But hey, you never know.
It looks like Jensen just got poked to the eye a little bit. He should be fines, my guess.
High off the glass. Whitaker can't convert, but sticks with it and gets his own rebound. Beckstead works it back out. Leatherwood back to him. He'll go in hard, and he's hit on the forearm before he makes contact underneath. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Now Payson, that's Pies that picks it up, and both teams with 6 fouls, so both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way, but that was close to a charge.
Wolf picking up the foul.
And actually, Dunn's heading off into the locker room.
Oh, good.
Or somewhere.
Yeah, and he's holding his head a little bit, so I wonder if maybe...
Could have connected heads with Jensen,
That's
maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it split him open a touch. Second good, missed the first, so Beckstead 1 of 2.
We played 12 minutes of basketball, and we're all knotted up here.
25 all. I wish they would have pulled the side baskets all the way up to the top so I could see the scoreboard from my angle.
I got you, as long as it doesn't get too much higher. Ooh, nice block.
Ewell took it. Underneath. Ewell has it again. They kick it back out. Wolf for 3. Ooh. At the shot clock. Nails it.
And they planned it that way. That's like Air Force basketball back in the 80s. Use up all the shot clock, throw up a 3, and make it at last second.
28-25 Lions. Left side Reese 3. And a push and a foul by Beckstead.
That'll be his second, I believe. And
that's team foul number 7. We have free throws. So from here on, Payson shoots. We got 3:12 remaining here in the second.
Has Payson missed a free throw yet?
Not yet.
Been solid from the line.
That's correct. Ewell has yet to make his first free throw attempt, and here it comes. Missed the front end, and the plays benefit to the Dons.
The old commentary curse working out for the Dons.
That's right. Just keep bringing up facts. We can switch them in a hurry. Solorzano swatted, and a foul. Contact made, and that one will be Lincoln Ewell, who appears to be the guilty party.
I know we're on Spanish Fork cable and not Payson cable, but that was a bad call right there.
Well, tonight we're not live on Spanish Fork 17, though.
That's true.
We are only live on YouTube.
Yeah, I think Solorzano got bailed out that time a little bit.
So Solorzano going to take 2 shots here. He has 7 so far to make it 8. Beckstead out. Kimball Johnson in for Spanish.
Yeah, Dons can cut it to 1 here. This one could be an instant classic tonight here on YouTube's Spanish Fork 17 channel.
That's right. Spanish Fork Community Network.
If you like city council meetings, maybe?
Oh, city council's been awesome lately. It really has. There's been some interesting stuff going on in our city. Shot missed by Solorzano and a rebound to Payson. Baseline. Buys, kicks it back out. Shot up and good. Lincoln Ewell now has 5.
It extends the lead out to 3. That's got to be a foul.
Kobe Healy will be going to the line for 2 shots. Both teams now in bonus, by the way.
Yeah, Lincoln Ewell's great there, and then all of a sudden he decides to take off Kobe Healy's head on that play. Unsuccessfully, might I add.
It's still there.
It's still there.
Hanging by a thread, but it's there. Free throw number 1 for Kobe. And as you mentioned, Solorzano saw some action last year. But Reese and Healy are the 2 experienced players really on the Spanish Fork team. Healy did not score in game number 1. And he's really not out there to be the big scorer, as much as he's more to run the guard position, but he'll be a big piece of the puzzle for Spanish this year. Nice job in transition to keep the easy layup for Cooper Swayze from occurring. Just depends on who the foul's on.
Cooper Swayze with a great crossover move to set up that drive to the basket, and Landon Leatherwood picks up his third foul of that game.
So not a great foul, I suppose. Free throw good.
And Aaron Dunn is back in. Short-lived. He's got a headband now, I believe, so he should be fine.
Yeah. Tail. Keep that together. Wrap it up.
It's the equivalent of throwing dirt on it in basketball.
Swayze, 1 of 2. Fight on the floor for the ball. I better call jump before something bad happens, and they do. Possession arrow will stay.
I just call it travel. Everybody's flinging their legs. You could just call it on either team.
Why not? Spanish with it. 2:04 remaining. Beckstead wants in. The officials are saying you wait until we say come on in.
Okay, now you can come in. Got to respect the power of the authority. That was a little ridiculous, though.
We're referees, not traffic cops. Solorzano with it, looking to Dunn. He wasn't there, but Reese was there. Can't convert.
A little bit of an air ball by Reese that time. That's unusual. Didn't have that on my bingo card.
Buys? No. And the Dons with it.
This is getting to be a really ugly game.
It is. It's like all control has been lost almost.
It was pretty clean there for a few minutes, but wow.
Now's the time to calm it down, get everybody back.
Use up some of the shot clock.
Take a little time. It's there. And a foul. And to the line will go Dunn.
Yeah, they got that on number 40, I think. I didn't even write his name down.
Yeah, there's nowhere to find record. I'm going to try to hear it.
Payson, number 40. That's his official name.
Yeah, the desk doesn't even have a name. Anthony Mitchell, the coach of Payson, needs to get rosters out. Free throw. Number 1, good for Dunn. He's 3 for 3. He now has 10 points to lead all scorers.
He can cut it to 1 here. Yes. Payson's +6 in this quarter so far.
Number 2. Got it.
Wow, that's great. If you can be that big and shoot free throws at the high school level, that is going to help Dunn get a lot of points.
Yeah, not only that, he's one of those old sophomores.
Watch out, Randy Reed. The school record's in trouble.
Well, it'll be a while before he's averaging 30-something a game, but
we're calling it early, though.
It's interesting to see how a lot of players, used to be a lot of scorers in the high school level. It wouldn't be strange to see guys scoring somewhere between 25 and 30 a game. Anymore, it's more spread out, which I'm sure, is a good thing. Dunn, 3, it was tipped. And back out of bounds, Payson. He almost made it even though it was tipped.
Yeah.
Probably kept it from being a long shot air ball.
I'm going to say it would have went in if it would have been tipped.
Unnecessary foul there for Spanish Fork.
And is that going to be Whitaker?
It looks like that's a free throw shooter and a 2 free throw shooter. Or is it still 1-1?
Still 1-1. Both teams will be in the double bonus on the next foul, but we've only got 51 seconds to go.
I think we don't see a whole lot of double bonus free throws.
Now that we said that, this is going to be the longest 51 seconds.
Isaac Wolf having himself a quarter. He's got 8 in the quarter, 10 in the game. First one went, he'll get one more.
Payson's going to extend that lead to 3.
2. Missed the second. Rebound Dons. Solorzano the baseball. Knocked away and saved. Payson with it, and then the foul. And a jump ball.
There was a headlock that went into a jump ball.
Our boom mic is set close to the Payson bench, if you can't tell. The Payson fans.
Well, the optics, from what I could see, that looked like a foul.
That's why I'm not saying anything. 4.7 between shot and game clock. 38 ticks. Into the game for Spanish Fork, Kimball Johnson. Dons are going to go heavy, big guys here.
And that jump ball might come back to be the difference in this game. You just never know. These two teams have been playing really close basketball here tonight.
Three ball. Nope. Out of bounds to the Dons. Better be. No.
Stays.
Okay.
23.8 seconds, so the shot clock's been turned off at this point.
Inbound. Wolf has it, and we have a whistle.
Solorzano with the foul, possibly.
And that will mean 2 freebies for Wolf. Wolf now with 11. .30. Second goes. Landon Leatherwood comes in for Whitaker.
The smart play here is to hold for the last shot of the half.
At least, at the very least, it'll keep you from committing a foul if you can get that last shot. Reese up top, out to Dunn. What do we get? Dons with the ball, but .3 left. It really doesn't leave you with much. So you might want to just lob one up through the big guy here and hope he can tap it in. That'll do it for the first half of play. Payson leads the way with a 34-30 lead over the Spanish Fork Dons.
Yeah, that was a big 20-point quarter for the Lions. That's 12 this game up.
12 for Spanish, but again, 34-30. Can we take a break, I assume? We'll take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take this opportunity to visit Victoria. You can get snacks, drinks, and Spanish Fork Dons here to wear to the basketball games.
Getting set for half number 2 of play between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Payson Lions. The Lions leading it 34-30. Chris, what did you learn about both of these teams in the first?
Well, I think Spanish Fork came out pretty hot. They were shooting the ball really well, avoided having mass turnover and foul issues in that first quarter, and then Payson in that second half, they just were really scrappy, going after every loose ball. I think Payson picked up their intensity, so we'll have to see if Spanish Fork can match that. But for Spanish Fork, I would just try and feed the ball to Aaron Dunn, because Payson doesn't have anybody inside that can match up with them. Right. Get some guys in foul trouble, and also Aaron Dunn can hit free throws.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, even if it's outside, inside, Aaron Dunn so far pretty good. Had a three-pointer, a few field goals, leads away for Spanish with 11 points. Aiden Solorzano with 9 for Spanish, who had a 12-point fourth quarter as a team, where Payson had that 20-point second quarter.
Right.
And Isaac Wolf leading the way with 12 for them.
And Wolf and Buys and company, once they got the ball in transition, they looked really comfortable. So for Spanish Fork, you got to avoid those turnovers that led into some of those transition baskets for Payson.
16 minutes of clock time will determine this one, as both of these teams starting out 0-1. The Dons losing to Woods Cross, Payson to Salem Hills.
Salem Hills won the region last year, so they've got a pretty good program. State title a few years ago.
That's right. And,
both teams go on the road in opposite directions. Spanish Fork goes up to Logan on Thursday.
I was going to say, what do you have in the future for these guys?
Yeah, Payson, they go down to Crimson Cliffs. For those of you that don't know, I believe that is in the St. George metropolitan area.
It is in the greater St. George area.
That place has exploded.
I actually think it is.
Is in St. George.
No, I think they're Santa Clara. I'm not sure, but hey, we can all guess. It's somewhere down there. Somewhere where it's a lot warmer than it is here. Payson will get the ball to begin half number 2. Nice play, but unable to convert is Swayze, and the Dons have it.
Yeah, I think Dunn might have done something to kind of prevent that shot from going in.
Jackson Reese angle left looking for Dunn. Finds him in the middle of the key. Ball stripped away. And Payson will get it right back to Spanish.
And Spanish Fork has picked up the intensity, forcing Max Mitchell to make an errant pass.
26 seconds in to the second half. You look around this old gym.
Wow, the passing has just been horrendous in this for both.
Nobody seems to be awake.
Student body tried to get some excitement going, but yeah, it's a sleepy, snowy day.
Reese on the rebound after the Wolf attempt. Jackson spin move, and he's fouled. They will say it is a two-shot foul, so Reese will go to the line.
Reese was really out of control there and might have got some help in doing so, but should be able to make these free throws. Cut that lead down to 2.
Free throw number 1 for Jackson. Another one of those free throw shooters has got a kind of a low arcing free throw shot. Second. And as a result, he's 2 of 4 tonight. 4 points for Reese, who had 15 or 19 the other night against Woods Cross.
Yeah, I think a few years ago his brother, Benson, made like 19 free throws in a game.
Yeah, he was a solid player for the Dons. 2 points for Kamika Wesley. That's his 4th, and now Payson extends to a 5-point lead. Ethan Beckstead out front.
Yeah, Spanish Fork's got to look to make a run, manufacture some points here to get back in this ball game. You don't want Payson getting too far ahead.
Reese fouled, and he'll get 2 more free throw attempts. As Cooper Swayze had his 2nd foul, and now number 25, Kamika Wesley, picking up his 2nd.
Yeah, Payson, a couple of early fouls here in the first 2 minutes, so when Reese struggling a little bit from the free throw stripe.
1 more for Jackson. Got it. That's 5 for Reese. And the Dons back to within 4. 6:20 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Out front, Swayze looks left to Wesley. Wolf. Lay it up and in. Nice play by Isaac Wolf of 14 to lead all scorers.
Yeah, I thought there was no way that was going to go in, and Wolf just powered that one through.
Steal. And the shot missed, but the foul committed by Solorzano, and that will send Parker Buys to the free throw line. He has scored mostly all of his points from the charity stripe.
What do you have, 6 in the first half?
6 in the first half, 4 were free throws. Knocks down number 1. I don't think he's a guy you want to foul.
He's got a free throw stroke there that looks like he's never going to miss.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, thanks for saying that, but it didn't work.
Commentator curse only works on when it's due to work.
Yeah,
we've overused it. Oh, and Reese with a great take.
But Payson on the rebound. Swayze across the midcourt line. Cruising fast. 3-ball Wolf. No rebound. Back to the Lions. And the shot up and good by Kamika Wesley. He has 6 and a timeout.
I was going to say, great time to take a timeout right here.
Timeout taken by Garrett Johnson.
Payson gets a double-digit lead here.
It's a full timeout. So that being the case, Chris, why don't you tell us about some of our sponsors and give me a second?
Yeah, so we got 4 great sponsors tonight. We got MVP Sports, your hometown sporting goods. Find them at 72 North Main Street here in Spanish Fork. Give them a call at 801-798-3587. So if you need any uniforms, equipment, check them out. We've got Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, 220 North Main, Spanish Fork. Give them a call at 801-798-9288. And Lance Wilson can hook you up with auto insurance, home and property insurance, life insurance, banking products. So second generation State Farm agent. Two Jack's Pizza, best pizza ever. 30 North Main Street here in Spanish Fork, 801-798-8601. And it's that time of the year. It's really cold outside, so give Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing a call. 801-798-7711, and they'll take care of all your heating and cooling and plumbing needs and anything else you need.
Yeah, don't worry about cooling right now, but I'm just going to say this. Even though you're not having problems now, it's important to keep your heating equipment and air conditioning all up to service. So make sure you get your equipment service looked at, taken care of. It's smart for safety, for your family,
right,
et cetera, et cetera. So give Triple T a call there.
And it costs a little bit of money to have them come and service your equipment, but in the long run, it's going to have your equipment last longer, and that stuff is expensive to replace.
Oh, what a block by Beckstead. Swayze thought he had an open look. Beckstead told him nah.
We'll see if that can switch the momentum of this basketball game.
Kobe Healy, angle right, trying to find someone moving underneath. Beckstead out. 3 ball on its way and good. Aiden Solorzano now with 12 to lead the Dons.
Yeah, Solorzano in the corner there, cuts it to 7. We'll see if the Dons can get a... Never mind, we won't.
Parker buys in transition with the bucket. He has 10.
And Parker buys now in double digits.
Whistle underneath and a foul against Dunn. That will be number 2 on him.
He had 0 fouls a minute ago. Now he's got 2.
Picked him up quick. 13 foul for Spanish. The 4:35 mark of the third quarter.
Spanish Fork going man-to-man here. It's been an intense game. Both teams have really played a lot of man. Usually you see a lot of lazy zone defense, but that hasn't been the case tonight.
3 ball from the corner, no rebound. Shot up, no good, and there's Dunn with the rebound. He can't dribble for too long. Gives it up.
I was hoping he was going to go the distance that time, but...
I'd like to see him go coast to coast. I don't know how likely that would be to happen. Solorzano loses his footing and should be called on the travel and will. Dons are 5 in the quarter.
And you mentioned this earlier, but every game matters. Not just the region ones, because it doesn't matter where you finish in the region, it's where you finish in the RPI.
Yep.
I think a good adjustment would be to let the region winners get the top seeds.
I agree there.
And then let the rest be divvied out by the RPI, but instead we've really just, the region is just for scheduling purposes.
3 ball missed. Over the back, foul committed by Payson. It looks like that.
Jensen?
Go against Jensen.
I think that's his 4th.
By the way, that's a 13 foul against. He gave it to Wolf. That'll be number 2 on him. So 3 team fouls both sides. 3:48 on the clock, and the clock is not running. Who needs it?
Yeah, let's keep this one at 3:48 forever. Still the clock's not running. Clock.
There we go.
There we go.
About 25 seconds of court time given away for free by the clock, but nevertheless another foul by the Lions. That's on Jensen. That is 4.
Now he's got 4. So
Off he heads to the bench.
Jensen's one of the lighter guys on the court, but he realizes that you give 5 fouls, and he's not going to take him back to Payson.
How unclean has this third quarter gone so far? Jeez.
Yeah, it's been messy. I think the right word would be a pigsty.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's hard to announce a game when it's like, where's it going?
Choppy.
Yeah, it's like, oh. Up top, Solorzano, fall away jumper, no, rebound to the Lions. Up will go to Lincoln Ewell, who kicks it back out to Wolf. Left side, Buys for three, no, rebound, done. Parker Buys with a nice looking shot.
Halfway down, but pops out nonetheless. That would have been huge. That would have opened it up to a 12-point lead.
All thrown away, back to the Lions.
Spanish Fork with 5 points in this quarter to Payson's 10, and really the momentum's been, after the first quarter, all been to the Payson Lions.
Another timeout, and if they hit the bench now, so just a 30-second timeout. We invite you to remember that with SFCN, anyone, anywhere can watch replays of this game and other Spanish Fork 17 programs on our YouTube channel, completely on demand. YouTube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Let your friends and family know that they can watch a lot of these games live, especially this one. If family members out of town, they don't have Spanish Fork 17, so where they can see it. Where at, Chris?
YouTube.com/Spanish Fork 17, or if they get wild, sfcn.org.
That's right, you can go there. But also, YouTube is an app, and you can typically
I think that's where it's an app not only on your phone, but on the TVs as well now.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Their ball, Don's with it.
I'm wondering when desktop computers, they'll probably all be app programs here before too long as well.
Three ball, no, rebound, Spanish, whistle, off the ball and down, a foul against the Lions. It'll be 5 already.
And we're going to get this time. Rhett Robinson picks up his first foul.
And that was what he was in there for. He's right back to the bench. So 44-30, what?
35.
35. I can't see the board. Payson with it. Right side. And back up top. Nice move. Unable to convert. And out of bounds. Back to Payson. No, they're going to give it to the Dons.
Payson has had a lot of good looks that just haven't fallen recently. And it seems like Spanish Forks get struggling to get in their offense and get those good looks that Payson's getting.
With 2:12, 2:10 remaining here in the third quarter, the Dons have one field goal in the third. And there's a three-pointer by Solorzano as Dunn works underneath and scores. Aaron Dunn with his first bucket of the second half and now has 13, leading the Dons.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been an and one as Ewell was all over Aaron Dunn.
Nice lane, unable to convert. Here come the Dons. Reese looking long to Dunn. Does he have the hands? Yes, he does!
And one. Oh, wait, they didn't call the foul again.
We'll take the 2. 15 for Dunn, but what a pass by Reese. Shot up. Good. Nice floater by Wolf.
Extends the lead back to 7 as Spanish Fork had a little mini 4-0 run there.
16 for Isaac Wolf. Baseline, no. Rebound. Beckstead can't convert. Fouled by his own player, and here come the Lions. 3 ball. Wolf. 19 for Isaac Wolf.
Yeah, he was the leading scorer for the Lions in their first outing as he had 14 against the Skyhawks of Salem Hills.
Whistle.
They're going to get
away from the
Lincoln Ewell with this third, I believe.
Picking up team foul number 6. The Dons shooting from here on.
Yeah, and Ewell checks out, and Wesley's back in. Wesley's he's a little bit wiry, but he's done a pretty good job of playing the position game against the much larger Aaron Dunn.
52 ticks remaining here in the third quarter.
Was there a technical issue as well?
I don't know. Solorzano, yeah, it is. And that is going to go against Lincoln Ewell, and that now makes 4.
A little bit of
2 and the ball back.
2 Lions with 4 fouls.
That could play out big as this game moves on and forward. You get a handful of those guys in foul trouble, and that could really change momentum.
So
but I
think this is a 1-and-1. I don't know how this is going to work.
We'll see.
Because you get the technical, was the 7th foul, so it's probably a non-shooting foul.
Free throw drops, so yes.
You get 2 free throws for the technical, and then they picked up the 7th foul. So I think Spanish Fork will be shooting 1-and-1 the rest of the way, but after this, they'll get the ball out of bounds.
Right. Free throws, both good for Solorzano. He now has 14.
Yeah, Don's cut it to an 8-point Lions lead as it's 49-41. We don't have a monitor, so we apologize if you aren't aware of what the score is, and we haven't been mentioning it enough. But leave negative comments about Alan Huff in the chat.
In the comments.
Yes, he's used to it.
Another Payson foul will send Reese to the charity stripe for 1-and-1.
Shot clock no longer a factor here in this quarter.
Swayze with his 3rd, 8th team foul on Payson, as they are shooting themselves in the foot, especially out on the perimeter, committing fouls like that.
And Payson doesn't play too many guys, honestly, as employee number 12 checks in, and I don't have a name for.
His name's Braxton Shirley.
And I only wrote down the guys that had stats coming into this game, and
again,
they've only played 1 game.
And then on top of that, Payson has not submitted to Max perhaps a full roster, so nobody has it. Both free throws good this time for Reese.
It cuts the lead down to 6, so Payson 6 points and the ball can run the clock out here as they've got a +2 advantage so far in Q3.
Ball knocked away. Spanish had it, lost it.
There was 2 fouls.
Shirley back out. 13 ticks left.
I think there was 2 fouls on that's what I'm being told.
That's what I've heard. And a foul against the Dons as Eden Solorzano caught.
Dons still need to commit 3 fouls to send Payson into the bonus.
Yeah, don't burn them right here, though. 8 seconds left.
Yeah, don't pick up a cheap one.
Way up, no. And the put back, no. And the Dons within striking distance as we head to the 4th. What's the score, Chris? I can't see.
We've got Payson at 49 and your Spanish Fork Dons at 43.
15 in the quarter, 49 in total to 43. The Dons within 6, if I do the math right.
Yep, you're correct.
Oh my goodness.
Payson extended that 4-point lead to 6, and Spanish Fork came out and had an 18-14 lead after 1. So, we'll see if they can hopefully come out with a victory. But for Payson, they've really got to worry about foul trouble. They've been aggressive all night. It really hasn't hurt them, but I think they're getting a little bit tired and committing some of those fouls where when you're aggressive but tired, commit, if that makes any sense.
Of course it does. or excuse me, I had it wrong. 19 points to lead the way for Isaac Wolf of the Payson Lions. As the Dons looking now to keep that momentum that they started to build towards the end of that third quarter here into the fourth, as they will get the ball. I think, yes, they will, to start the fourth quarter.
And, you know, having a higher RPI really helps you in the early rounds of the basketball tournament, as we saw Highland come here to Spanish Fork and lose, and then Spanish Fork went on the road and lost to Orem.
Yep.
Home court advantage, I think, is huge in those early rounds of the high school playoffs.
Massive. But
especially if we could get people off the video games and into the gym cheering.
That's true. It's the hardest thing in the world these days. Steal. Payson with it. Buys. Nice look underneath. Bucket good.
Well, I'm going to give Buys the State Farm assist there. As holy cow, that was a, I know he plays for Payson, but that was a fantastic assist.
Kamika Wesley there, and Dunn can't convert on the Spanish Fork end. Here come the Lions. Dons need to be aggressive against Payson, trying to get him, Dunn to the block.
I was close.
And then a foul.
I think they're going to get Landon Leatherwood with his fourth here, but we'll see.
51-43, Payson on the verge of erasing what the Dons had picked up near the end of the third quarter with a couple of quick strikes.
Yeah, somebody's fouling out tonight, most likely.
I think probably.
What do they put in the newspaper? Disqualified. I like that term. It sounds worse than fouling out. You've been disqualified.
You're DQ'd, pal. Free throw good.
Yeah.
Kamika Wesley, now with 9.
Kamika Wesley can extend this to a double-digit lead, so Spanish Fork's got to get a run going here if they want to stay in this ball game.
Second, good.
53-43 for the Lions, so Spanish Fork needing to get some buckets here, and they're very capable of getting back in this ball game.
Dunn, angle left. Dons mostly standing. Not a lot of motion.
They had a lot of motion in that first quarter, to your point. Now they've kind of abandoned it.
And it results in stuff like this. Parker Buys now with 12.
And Payson has gotten a lot of their easy buckets, as most teams do, in transition. So Spanish Fork's got to get a good shot. You can't airball it and have it turn into a fast break the other way. That's as good as a turnover.
Nearly a minute and a half in, the Dons waiting for offense to rise and shout. The bucket good, and the foul. Nicely done by Solorzano.
Could have been a travel, but Parker Buys bumped him into travel most likely, so the bucket's good.
One free throw here for Aiden. Dons trying to get it back to single digits, and they do. 17 for Solorzano.
Cuts it to 9. That's a big shot if it goes.
Does not. Foul committed on the rebound, and that will send Beckstead to the free throw line for, is it 2 yet, or are we just going to be 1-1?
I think it's 2. I think that's the 10th foul, and that's the 4th foul on Swayze.
So
Swayze, Jensen, and Ewell with 4 fouls for Payson. On the other side, Leatherwood has 4 for the Dons, and Solorzano has 3. If my tally marks are correct, those are the people in foul trouble.
Yeah, 3 is not, you can live with that as a guard. I think we don't have to worry too much about Aiden. Free throw number 1 drops for Ethan Beckstead, who now has 2 points. Second, rattles away. The ball tipped up and in. They're going to give it to Reese, but I think the basket was likely scored by Wolf.
Yeah, we got the World Cup going on. That was an own goal right there, I believe is the term.
Three ball, no. Ooh. Rebound. Going to go back to Payson because three Dons were fighting over it.
That looked like a travel on Baez, but they're going to call a jump ball.
Okay. So,
people wanted a timeout. I wanted a travel. A lot happened there. Thank goodness we got high-quality officials here at Utah High School Athletic Association.
Yes. Yes. Jackson Reese on that has his 9th point. Buys the left-handed dribble, stolen away by Solorzano, and he better watch his back pocket. And he's fouled hard, and they finally blow a whistle after he nearly got forearm shivered into the basement of this gym.
Is that going to be on Wesley?
That's Wesley.
That'll be 3.
They should give him 2 for that. That was...
Did they get Wesley or did they get Wolf?
Give it to Wolf.
That's a travesty.
All right. Well, I would take Wolf. I guess, 3 on him's okay. He's probably the first guy you want with foul trouble. He's the first one goes for Solorzano, and now has 18.
It's 55-50. The Dons have cut it to 5 here.
Well, they fought their way back in. Second for Aiden. Yes, sir. Perfect tonight from the charity stripe, 7 of 7.
And Payson's missed quite a few looks here. They've had a little bit of a scoring drought the last few minutes.
Up top, Wesley. 3 ball on its way, no. And nice job by Dunn, and then Payson will get the ball back. They should. No, they get back the Dons.
Huh. And those that journeyed across Salem here are not happy with that call.
Well, what do you do? Can't have all the calls all the time. So they will call a timeout, 4:20 left. Again, let's think quickly. Those sponsors who support us, MVP Sports. 72 North Main. Lance Wilson's at 220. North Main. 2 Jacks, 30 North Main. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, 1550 North Main.
A little further north.
South Main.
Yeah, where's our South Main stores? If you want to sponsor us, reach out to Pete Hansen at Spanish Fork Cable. We could probably get you on there.
And I've been waiting for 7-Eleven to come along, or Glades, or there's a lot of berries. You don't have a ton of stuff South Main, but you get down by the fairgrounds, there's a bunch down there, right?
There's starting to be more development down on that side of town because we're running out of places to develop.
That's right.
Up by my house on the east side, there's only like 1 or 2 fields left.
It would happen one day. I don't know if some expected it so quick, but who knows?
Well, the benefit is there's a lot of tasty places to eat, including 2 Jacks Pizza.
That's right. Especially 2 Jacks Pizza. Out of bounds to the Dons. Baez knocked it away.
Kobe Healy almost got his head taken off.
5.
Like he had
to jump out of the way of it. 5:19, remaining. Beckstead all the way. Scored it! Even Beckstead now with 4 on the game.
As it's a 2-point game, 55-53 for the Lions, and they had a 11-point lead not too long ago.
Nice job by Reese. Buys to the base, ball thrown away. Payson gets it back. And Solorzano just gathered his 4th. 16 foul.
That's a hustle foul where he's going for the loose ball and just Wesley gets a little bit better position and Solorzano has to run through him.
Well, and the point being when you're getting yourself in a situation when you get back into the game, you're the leading scorer. You got to keep your mind open to the idea that you foul, you're on the bench. Maybe we just let them have it, gather defense, and fight to live another day.
Right. You got to have high basketball IQ, and when is the time to go for something like that, and when is it not? But I think this is a good situation for both teams, a tight game early on in the season. Hey, you know, it prepares you for some tighter games as the season goes on.
Wesley now with 12 points, 6 coming here in the fourth. Dunn out left. Gives it up to Reese.
Yeah, Don's looking to cut into that 4-point lead.
Reese fouled, going to the rack. He will go to the line. Clock stop, 2 shots.
Is that one on Wesley? No, it's on Swayze.
Swayze, and he has earned an early exit, as that will bring Cade Jensen off the bench, who also himself with 4.
Cade Jensen better start warming up. Braxton, I can't read my handwriting.
Out of the ball game there.
So that's our first disqualification of the night, and wow.
For Swayze, he only...
I don't know what the over-under was on fouls, but we're going to hit the over.
Reese now with 10 points at that free throw, 1 more. We get 11.
Cuts the lead to 2, 57-55 for the Payson Lions. We're halfway through this quarter, almost.
Almost. Let's get ready, because things are going to get crazy here. Free throw line, jumper, no. Rebound. Back to the Lions, Isaac Wolf. Guarded closely by Kobe Healy. Back out in the 3-ball. No.
Payson's had a lot of good looks at the 3, but haven't in it, and that's it for Jensen.
Against Wesley. Yeah, it's Wesley.
Oh, Wesley.
Wesley.
That was on Jensen. I thought he was gone. I think that's Jensen's third, and they don't put any numbers after you hit 10, but that's probably the 12th team foul in the half.
It is.
For the Lions.
So 2 shots for Aaron Dunn, who tonight so far 4 for 4.
He can tie this one up. No pressure.
None whatsoever. Why not? Why not? Why not knock him down? Why hit rim?
And most of the time you see a giant among boys out there like Dunn is, and they clink the free throws. And Dunn 5 for 5 so far.
Yeah, mostly you get anybody over 6'6" that isn't lanky and
doesn't
skinny.
weigh 180 pounds.
Right, and they usually don't make a ton of free throws, but hey, we got one that can. 17 for Aaron Dunn. Tied up at 57. 3-ball. Wolf. No.
Payson just can't hit that 3.
Here come the Dons. On his way, Whitaker. Dunn. Got it. 19 for Aaron Dunn.
And they've trailed by double digits.
In the half.
Yeah, in the half at times, and in the quarter, I believe, and have come firing back. Payson's just settling for that 3-point shot.
I don't understand
and hasn't been able to make it. They need to take it back to the hoop.
You wonder also, that's a walk. The Dons will get it back. You feel a momentum shift, and so does Anthony Mitchell. He will call a timeout. A full one.
3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. 59-57 for the Dons over the Lions.
And the biggest number on that scoreboard, the 2 biggest numbers, are team fouls. At this point of the contest, Spanish commits 1 more. Payson goes 1 and 1. Spanish is 2 shots from here on out.
Well,
and with 3 minutes left, that's a big, big deal.
Yeah, Payson has 2 guys on the court most of the time, Jensen and Ewell, that have 4 fouls. Wesley has 3. Wolf has 3. So if they get in a situation where they need to foul to extend this game, they're going to have to unload the bench, potentially.
So with this streak, do you leave Solorzano on the bench? That
yes,
they do.
Yes, I leave him on the bench.
Leave him for that last minute when you need the free throws, because Solorzano is automatic. It appears for the most part this Don's team, good free throw shooting bunch, especially when you bring that big 6'8" out there and he's knocking them down like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, a lot of young guys, a lot of talent.
Reese
lost last year, but they're picking up where they left off.
Reese for three, no. Slow it down, get it out.
35 seconds.
No reason to hustle him. Right side, Beckstead underneath to Dunn. Dunn spins, works it, left-hander no. Rebound Lions, here comes Wolf.
You got to keep doing that. Wolf has 4 fouls. Or Ewell, excuse me.
3 ball, Jensen got it.
Payson
Jensen now with 5 on that 3.
Payson slingshots back into the lead.
2:16 on the clock. Healy out front. Goes left and back out to Dunn. Give it up to Jackson Reese.
Playing the old Stockton to Malone pick and roll game.
There he is, Dunn. Float, nope. Ill-advised shot, the ball out of bounds. 2 of the Lions are going to say
I think
that Beckstead affected and knocked the ball out.
I think the fans are booing, but probably was a foul on Beckstead.
Yeah.
So I think the officials in some of those cases will just say it's out on you and just save a foul if it's not.
It's not time for that yet.
So if it's not too violent.
No need to commit the foul as of yet anyway. 1:43 left. Plenty of time in a 1-point game, and we have a whistle and a foul. Somebody's on the line for 1 and 1.
It's going to be Mr. Isaac Wolf.
And that is not who you want at the free throw line.
I don't know who you want for Payson. He's been hitting both teams, actually.
Payson hasn't made a whole lot of free throws or attempted a lot of free throws here in the second half. Only 2. Actually, 4 free throw attempts here in the second half.
Well, this is what the game could come down to, is a free throw shooting contest.
Wolf now with 20, knocking that one down. He'll get one more. 61-59, make it 62-59. 21 for Isaac Wolf. The Dons in possession. No timeouts taken yet. Reese out to Dunn.
Plenty of time. You just got to get a good shot here and a bucket. Doesn't have to be a 3.
Right side, Reese back out front. Take it to the rack, lay it up, got it.
Great job screening that time to get Reese to the hole and in for 2.
Spanish Fort took a 30s, or no, they took a full timeout on that one. So with 1:17 left, a reminder, Chris, and I guess I could probably participate in doing my homework as well. The Dons, they had where, did you say? Thursday? It's a long one. It's a long trip.
Logan.
Oh, I'll be there. Let's go.
Yeah, Thursday at Logan. Then
you pick me up and pay for the gas. We're good to go. Let's go.
All right.
But then they got RSL, right?
RSL here, yeah, on 12-6. At Highland on 12-8. Back here for ALA on 12-9. Busy next 10 days for these Dons.
Yeah. So they've got a few trips to make. They got another trip up to Granger, then they go to Pineview and Crimson Cliff, Cedar, all in a row.
I think that's the Coach Walker Classic.
Yep. So they got a bunch of that you can't call anything preseason anymore because season.
But
pre-region.
Yeah, pre-region. Region play starts on January the 13th. Circle your calendars right here at La Hacienda. The Dons, the El Devils, not Dons. Yeah. Los Dons versus the El Devils. Springville will be coming to town.
They'll be coming to town, and they're always a problem.
Student body they wrecked the bleachers last year.
Yeah, they're the ones that messed up the gym. Between them and Maple Mountain.
Oh, it's awesome when they have these local teams play. It's too bad Payson's not in the region.
I know. There'd be a whole lot more Payson fans here if this were considered anything of a rivalry.
It's
So
kind
we're-
of died with Payson going independent football and then going into Region 7, I believe they're in.
Shot clock down to 5. The ball nearly knocked away. Bies has got to hurry. They got to get rid of it. Wolf to the rack. Score.
Oh, my goodness.
5-point lead, and that could be the dagger.
It's
35 on the clock. The
I think it's
Dons need to answer.
61-64. So we got a 3-point game.
Lead. Okay, never mind. I thought, again, I can't see anything. Done for 3. Give it to him. No. Rebound Lions, and now you got a foul.
Yep. Shot clock's no longer needed as we're down to 20 seconds here, and these are some big free
I
throws.
don't know why that clock continued to run. I mean, the shot clock kept going. There's 20 seconds. I was like, what's that even on for? So
Hey, there are
20.
some Payson students here. Clear on the far side.
Oh, okay. It can be there. All right. Not looking good for the Dons. To the free throw line. Bies, who's been nothing but perfect from the free throw line tonight. Misses. Front end. The Dons
it goes
lose
off
it. And
Beckstead.
back to Payson. Oh. Every chance squandered by just ricochets. Balls not going where they should.
And this is a very intense game. I can see my daughter in the student section, and she looks intense.
I don't know. If she looks intense, I go, it's intense. No shot from Payson. They will not take one, and they're just going to do this. And the Dons are in trouble if they don't hurry. 4 on the clock.
Gotta
They
shoot
gave
a
it
3.
away. Reese for 3. No! And that is how this one ends. Wow. Payson nearly blew it. The Dons get it back off a turnover, and Jackson Reese leaves a 3 short. Had to hustle it. Boy, what a game. What a fun one to start the year here for us, Chris.
Yeah, Payson goes to 1-1. Spanish Fork drops to 0-2, but what a battle. And this is probably a game that Spanish Fork can learn from, how to close out some of these close games, but they made a furious comeback to make it close.
For the Spanish Fork Dons, 2 guys with 19 points. You got to be both your MVP,
Co-MVPs.
MVP of the game. Aiden Solorzano with 19, along with Aaron Dunn. Point guard and center duo, making it difficult for Spanish Fork tonight.
And you throw in Jackson Reese. If you get 3 or 4 scores on a team, you can make a push here. And these Dons don't have a lot of varsity experience, so plenty of time to get things worked out. And looks like a team with a lot of potential.
I don't see a lack of talent really out there for Spanish Fork. I feel like, just off of this 32 minutes of basketball that we got to watch, I think we're looking at a team that could really compete. Especially, you get some of these younger guys with some more experience to knock away some of the dust and clear away the butterflies. You might see this team compete really well in the region and for the rest of the season, nonetheless.
Exactly. I agree 100% with you there. And I think, we've seen Spanish Fork's basketball team be on the uptrend as they went, I think, 13-12 last season, got a first-round win in the playoffs. So should be a good season.
Should be. We're excited to have it happen. Again, the final score 64-61. The Dons scoring 18 in that final quarter. And Payson with 15. So the Dons made a plus, just not plus enough. And now off to Logan we go. And that's on Thursday night. If you have a chance to make it up there, support the Dons, please do so. But Chris?
I'm not going to make it.
Me neither. Unless you got an airplane or something. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us. We're at La Hacienda for one of our broadcasts here. And we're grateful to be here for you, the viewer. on YouTube tonight, not Spanish Fork 17, but again, continue to go to YouTube for more Spanish Fork 17 program. They got archives and archives of stuff. It's fun.
And subscribe, so when one of these broadcasts start, you get that notification.
That's right. And what we need in this life is more notifications. So we thank you for joining us again. Payson wins it 64-61. I'm Alan Huff, along with Chris Hurst. So long from La Hacienda.
Adios.